Imagine a business where if every customer actually used the product, the entire company would collapse. That's Planet Fitness. This gym has 6,500 members, but only 300 can fit inside at once. If everyone showed up on the same day, fire marshals would shut it down. So here's the question. How did a gym that serves pizza, installs alarms to shame you for lifting too hard, and literally needs you not to show up, become a billion-dollar empire? And here's the part nobody knows. Before Planet Fitness became a billion-dollar empire, they failed. Spectacularly. They got evicted from their first gym, lost everything. This is the story of how two brothers turned the biggest failure of their lives into one of the most genius business models in history. Early 1990s, Leominster, Massachusetts. Two brothers, Michael and Marc Grondahl, buy their first gym, a defunct Gold's Gym franchise. They're in their 20s, former college athletes, lifelong lifters. This is their dream. Michael is 29, Marc is 26. They sink everything they have into this place, their savings, their future. This is it. 6 months later, they get evicted. The location was wrong, not enough parking, wrong demographics. They didn't have enough experience. Everything that could go wrong did. Marc later said, "It wasn't the right decision. We ended up getting evicted. There were lots of problems." They lost everything. Most people would quit, go back to regular jobs, admit defeat. But the Grondahl brothers, they were either crazy or they saw something nobody else did. 1993, Dover, New Hampshire. 1 year after the eviction, broke, humiliated, but not done. They scrape together enough money for one more shot. They open a new gym. They call it Coastal Fitness. And for a while, it looks like the same story. The gym is empty. Memberships aren't selling. Equipment sits unused. They're bleeding money, again. But sitting in that empty gym at 2 in the morning, looking at the numbers, they realize something most gym owners refuse to admit. 80% of America hates gyms. Not hates working out, hates gyms. The intimidation, the bodybuilders, the judgment, the mirrors everywhere, the guy doing bicep curls in the squat rack while you're waiting, the entire culture. Most people walk into a Gold's Gym, which charges $65 a month, and feel like they don't belong. They walk into 24-hour fitness, which charges $40, and feel the same way. So they don't go. They stay home. They tell themselves, someday. So the Grondahl brothers ask a question that changes everything. What if we didn't compete with Gold's Gym and 24-hour fitness? What if we built something completely different? A gym for the 80%. The people who hate gyms. The people who've never felt welcome. The people who just want to walk on a treadmill without being judged. But here's the part that sounds insane. They didn't just want to attract people who don't work out. They needed to design a gym where those people stay home. Because here's the secret nobody talks about. If all 6,500 members actually showed up, the business model breaks. The gym collapses. Literally. So they start making decisions, and every single one sounds insane to traditional gym owners. First, they remove the heavy dumbbells. No weights over 75 pounds. Serious lifters, not welcome. Squat racks? Nope. Deadlift platforms? Get out. This isn't a gym for people who love working out. This is a gym for people who avoid it. Second, they drop the price to $15 a month. In 1997, they land on this number, and they never look back. Gold's Gym is charging $65. 24-hour fitness is $40. Planet Fitness, $15. That's not a discount, that's a different category. $15 a month is coffee money. It's 2 lattes at Starbucks. It's a cheap streaming service. It's psychologically invisible. You forget you're paying it, and Planet Fitness counts on that. Third, and this is where it gets weird, they start serving pizza. Every first Monday of the month, free pizza at a gym. It started in 1999 when a water heater broke at their Concord, New Hampshire location. They ordered pizza as an apology. Members loved it, so they made it permanent. Pizza Mondays, Bagel Tuesdays, Tootsie Rolls at the front desk. A gym, rewarding you with junk food. According to Planet Fitness's own data, they serve over 5,500 pizza slices per location, per year. That's not a gym, that's a subscription to permission. Permission to procrastinate, permission to fail, permission to tell yourself, I'll start next week. But the most controversial move? They install something called the lunk alarm. It's a literal siren, mounted on the wall. And it goes off when someone drops weights too loudly, grunts too much, or, and I quote, intimidates other members. The alarm is designed to shame you, publicly, in front of everyone. Make you feel like you're doing something wrong by working out too hard. In 2006, a member named Albert Arjabe was kicked out and banned forever for setting it off. The media went crazy. Health experts called it gym shaming. Fitness influencers called it anti-fitness. Planet Fitness was labeled the gym that hates working out. But here's the thing. That was the plan. Every time someone complained, every time the news covered it, millions of people who hated traditional gyms thought, finally, a gym for me. The controversy was the marketing. But here's what nobody talks about. Planet Fitness isn't just hoping you don't show up. They need you not to. Because if all 6,500 members walked in on the same day, there's no space. 300 lockers for 6,500 people. Parking lot built for 50 cars. Fire code capacity for 300. Do the math. 21 times over capacity. The fire marshal would shut them down immediately. It would be chaos. Total system failure. This isn't a bug, it's the business model. Planet Fitness isn't a gym that happens to sell memberships. It's a subscription company that happens to have gyms. All right, let's do the math. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. 6,500 members, $15 a month. That's $97,000 a month per location, 1.1 million a year. Not bad for a budget gym. But here's the trick. According to Planet Fitness's own internal data, confirmed by CNN and Business Insider, 60% of their members don't visit the gym in a 30-day period. They pay every single month. They just don't come. And Planet Fitness designs the system to keep it that way. Think about it. No classes to commit to. No personal trainers calling you. No social pressure. No community. No accountability. Just a card that gets charged $15 a month, forever. And most people forget it's even happening. If you only have to serve 300 people at a time instead of 6,500, your costs plummet. Less staff. A traditional gym might need 40 to 50 employees. Planet Fitness, 15 to 20. Less wear and tear on equipment. Smaller facilities. Lower utilities. No expensive personal trainers making $50 an hour. No juice bars. No saunas. No pools. No childcare. Higher margins. And if you're a franchise owner, this is a goldmine. According to Planet Fitness's official 2024 franchise disclosure document, the bottom third of locations average about $90,000 in profit. Not great, barely worth it. But the middle third, $405,000. And the top third, over $900,000 in profit per year, per location. For running a gym where most people don't show up. For comparison, a traditional gym owner with high traffic, trainers, and amenities, they're lucky to break even. Most lose money. But Planet Fitness franchisees? Printing cash. And psychologically, it's genius. $15 a month is less than 2 coffees at Starbucks. It's a streaming service you barely watch. It doesn't hurt to pay, so you don't cancel. And every month you don't cancel, you tell yourself the same lie. Next month I'll start going. You're not paying for a gym. You're paying for the idea of going to the gym. The permission to think, I'm a person who has a gym membership. I'm trying. I'm working on it. Planet Fitness isn't selling fitness. They're selling permission to procrastinate. And that's a billion-dollar insight. Because the easiest customer to serve is the one who never shows up. Fast forward to today. From eviction to empire. Planet Fitness has over 2,700 locations across the United States, Canada, Latin America, and Australia. 19 million members worldwide. Annual revenue? $1.2 billion. The company went public in August 2015. Ticker symbol PLNT. The Grondahl brothers, Michael and Marc, the same two guys who got evicted from a failing gym in Massachusetts, turned it into one of the largest fitness franchises on Earth. They sold their stake to private equity in 2012 for a sum that's never been disclosed, but based on the valuation, likely over $100 million. From eviction to 9 figures in 20 years. They proved that you don't need to be the best gym. You need to be the gym for the biggest untapped market, the 80% nobody else wanted. And for 2 decades, it worked flawlessly. The money printer just kept running. But then, something nobody saw coming. Gen Z started actually showing up. Weightlifting became cool. Gym culture exploded on TikTok. The hashtag #GymTalk has 45 billion views. Fitness influencers became celebrities. And suddenly, the people signing up for Planet Fitness wanted to use it. In 2024, Business Insider published an article with this headline: Gen Z loves the gym. That's a problem for Planet Fitness. And the data backs it up. Planet Fitness is facing a capacity crisis. Gen Z members are coming 4, 5, 6 times a week. They're waiting for equipment, complaining about crowding, posting angry TikToks about how the gym is too packed to work out. And here's the irony: Planet Fitness can't handle success because the model was never designed for people who actually work out. For 20 years, they made money off people who paid and stayed home. But now, people are showing up, and the math stops working. If attendance keeps rising, margins collapse. Locations get overwhelmed. Equipment breaks faster. You need more staff, higher utilities. The wear and tear multiplies. The cost structure that worked for ghost members doesn't work for active members. Planet Fitness built the perfect gym for people who don't go to the gym. And now, people are going. They built a business model that requires failure, and their customers are starting to succeed. So, what does this mean? Whether you're building a business, choosing a gym, or just trying to understand how the world really works, Planet Fitness teaches us something most people miss. The businesses that win aren't always the ones with the best product. They're the ones that understand who they're not for. Planet Fitness didn't beat Gold's Gym by being a better gym. They beat them by serving a different customer and designing everything around that choice. They removed the heavy weights. They added pizza. They installed an alarm. They made it cheap. Every decision was a filter. Every feature was a statement. If you're a serious lifter, this is not for you. And maybe, playing it safe is the wrong strategy. Maybe trying to serve everyone is how you serve no one. Maybe the most successful businesses are the ones willing to say, we're not for everyone. And that's the point. Because here's the thing, this isn't just about gyms, it's everywhere. The restaurant that wants you to overeat, the airline that profits when you miss your connection, the software company that sells you the license but actually hopes you never use the product because support is expensive, the subscription box you forget to cancel, the streaming service you're going to watch eventually. The businesses making the most money are the ones who figured out the gap between intention and action, between what you plan to do and what you actually do. Planet Fitness just made it obvious. They put it in purple and yellow neon lights. They served you pizza while you paid for a treadmill you never used. These stories are everywhere, hidden in plain sight. The businesses changing the rules while everyone else plays by the old ones. The billion-dollar models disguised as something simple. If you want more stories like this, hit subscribe. These are the businesses most people have no idea about. The counterintuitive models, the genius scams, the empires built on contradictions. And they're the ones actually winning. From eviction to empire, from failure to billions. These stories are everywhere. You just gotta know where to look. See you next time.